A staggering 500,000 Americans now dead from COVID-19. February 22, 2021. It's the public record nobody is observing. The American COVID-19 loss of life has crossed the 500,000 imprint. The epic COVID is presently the third driving reason for death in the U.S. behind coronary illness and malignancy, however in front of mishaps, respiratory infections, stroke, Alzheimer's, and seasonal influenza, as indicated by annualized government well-being insights. Coronavirus deceased have additionally outperformed the quantity of Americans murdered during the Civil War, 498,332, World Wars I and II, 116,516 and 405,399, separately, and all American conflicts since 1945 consolidated: Korea, 54,246, Vietnam, 90,220, and Desert Storm, Desert Shield, 1,948, Department of Veterans Affairs records show. Without a doubt it's an extraordinarily calming achievement, says William Schaffner, 1,500th, a teacher of irresistible infections at Vanderbilt University School of Medicine. It's a horrendous parcel of people. They all have family members, they all have families. It's not simply numbers, it's countless individuals and all their informal communities that are in grieving. For Lena Wen, MD, a crisis medication specialist, the most upsetting piece of the loss of life is that large numbers of those cases might have been forestalled with a more forceful government reaction to the pandemic. Coming to 500,000 is one more terrible achievement, one of so many we've had up to this point, says Wen, a previous Baltimore well-being magistrate and a meeting educator at George Washington University. It mirrors the awfulness of the U.S.'s absence of an organized, public reaction. Amesh Adalja, MD, and a rising irresistible infections expert with the Johns Hopkins University Center for Health Security, says the achievement prompts a prickly inquiry for general well-being authorities. You need to see that number and say, how low could it have conceivably been? You take a gander at a nation like Taiwan, 8 individuals kicked the bucket there. It didn't need to be this high. On the off chance that there was unequivocal activity required in the early months of the pandemic, in the event that we would have sustained nursing homes, gotten testing fixed, guaranteed our medical clinics had limit and cautioned the public, better. Simply envision how much lower that number might have been. As indicated by Johns Hopkins University's COVID tracker, COVID-19 asserted its 500,000th American casualty Monday. By a long shot, the United States has had the best number of deaths from infection on the planet, trailed by Brazil, 246,504, Mexico, 180,107, India, 156,385, and the United Kingdom, 120,810. Hours before the 500,000th demise was recorded, President Joe Biden gave a declaration to bring down banners at all government properties until late Thursday. We, as a country, should recall them so we can start to mend, to join together, and discover reason as one nation to overcome this pandemic, Biden said in a proclamation. Variation's a threat, however optimism remains another worry. COVID-19 variations are arising that could get new difficulties defying the pandemic and converse a portion of the advancement being made in immunizations and decreases in contaminations and hospitalizations. That is the reason it's a higher priority than at any other time to follow CDC suggestions to wear well-fitting veils, stay away from swarms and inadequately ventilated spaces, wash your hands regularly, and stay in any event 6 feet from individuals outside the home. We ought to be wary, with variations not too far off that are more infectious, Wen says. The additions we've made could rapidly be turned around. Presently isn't an ideal opportunity to let down our gatekeeper. Regardless of these worries, and the government stumbles on COVID-19 highlighted by the 500,000 demise achievement, well-being specialists say they are hopeful about what's to come. They refer to better COVID-19 testing, new medicines, the rollout of the antibodies, the Biden organization's more forceful reaction to the pandemic, and how general society is presently better at following guidance to forestall the sickness that didn't exist prior in the emergency. It's vastly improved to have COVID now in February of 2021 than it was to get COVID in February of 2020 or March of 2020, Adalja notes. There's as yet an enormous number of passings that are happening a result of the sheer number of diseases, yet we are vastly improved at treating a COVID patients now than we were, and we're improving at it consistently, and I imagine that reflects diminished passings in individuals who are hospitalized with COVID. Schaffner concurs, saying, there are actually quite a few lights toward the finish of the passage. But he cautions against supernatural reasoning, that COVID-19 is simply going to vanish, with all the advancement being made on testing, medicines, and immunizations. By finishing the pandemic at any rate in the United States, that doesn't mean the infection is gone, he says. We should figure out how to live with this infection going ahead for quite a long time, similarly as we live with flu. CDC Director Rochelle Walensky, MD, said while cases are moving the correct way, any uplifting news is balanced the unmistakable reality that this week we will outperform 500,000 coronavirus passings in the US, a genuinely unfortunate token of the immensity of this pandemic and the misfortune it has tormented on our own lives and our networks. Schaffner additionally stresses that there are as yet basic hard exercises that presently can't seem to be gained from the passings of 500,000 Americans from COVID-19. The greatest exercise, in his view, is this: it didn't need to be so. Those of us in general well-being figure a generous number of these passings might have been forestalled, on the off chance that we had an authoritative public reasonable science and general well-being based reaction all along. Indications of improvement as well as announcing the new U.S. loss of life. The CDC this week delivered a report card of sorts on the situation with COVID-19's effect on the U.S. as the country crossed the one-year point in the pandemic. It is a blend of positive thinking touched with a token of how far we need to go. As of February 19th, demise rate falling. Nationally, the quantity of everyday COVID-19 passings is fluctuating, with 2,601 new passings wrote about February 17th. Yet, the 7-day normal number of new passings diminished by 9% to 2,708 every day, contrasted with the earlier week. Regardless of this empowering news, the everyday quantities of new deceased are still a lot higher today than during the initial two pinnacles of the pandemic in the spring and summer of a year ago. Cases declining. More than 28.13 million cases have been accounted for since the principal COVID-19 patient was recognized in the United States on January 20, 2020. Be that as it may, the quantity of cases has been declining in the course of recent weeks. The most noteworthy 7-day normal happened the 7-day stretch of January 11, 2021, and was 249,048. The current 7-day normal is 77,385 cases, which is a 68.9% decay from the unsurpassed high and a 24.5% abatement from the earlier week. All things considered, the 69,165 cases provided details regarding February 17th are higher than during both of the initial two tops in the pandemic. Medical clinic affirmations down 62%. Hospital confirmations of new patients with COVID-19 have dove 62% from the public pinnacle of 18,006 on January 5 to 6,841 on February 16. The normal number of everyday affirmations additionally fell by 21.8%, contrasted with the earlier week. Inoculations ascending. Since the COVID-19 immunization program started in December, 63.1 million shots had been regulated as of February 21. By and large, around 43 million individuals have gotten at any rate one antibody portion, which is about 13% of the U.S. populace, and very nearly 19 million individuals have gotten two immunization portions, which is 5.7% of the U.S. populace. As of February 18th, the U.S. was inoculating about 1.6 million Americans every day, a 1.4% ascent from the earlier week. Wen says the most recent news from the CDC on the dunk in new cases and hospitalizations is empowering. Be that as it may, she says those decreases are presumably not the aftereffect of the antibody, but rather in light of the fact that the country is recuperating from the tremendous ascent in cases and hospitalizations attached to occasion travel and family get-togethers in November and December. The decrease on the off chance that checks is likely because of the way that we had a huge flood from the special times of year, and we're descending from that, she clarifies. Antibody rollout has not covered numerous individuals and is most likely not a critical supporter of diminishing case checks. Adalja says he accepts the drop in cases additionally has to do with Americans being bound to cover their appearances lately. Moreover, a developing number of Americans have additionally had COVID and are getting immunized, which can thump down transmission. Such countless individuals in the populace have been tainted 30% possibly or more, and furthermore some rate have been inoculated, so a populace that has some degree of local area insusceptibility will be more diligently for the infection to spread in than one that has less local area invulnerability, he clarifies. A lagging statistic anyway. Why have COVID-19 passings kept on ascending, as the case rates and hospitalizations have fallen as of late? The motivation behind why passings haven't fallen is on the grounds that passings consistently linger behind cases, Ajala says. However, passing rates are beginning to fall now, and I speculate they will keep on falling on a slack premise versus cases. Notwithstanding the advancement in immunization, case rate decreases, and less hospitalizations, Adalja and Wen are worried that the infection is proceeding to hit certain weak populaces especially hard. That incorporates seniors and minorities, who have endured lopsidedly higher disease and demise rates, generally in view of social and financial reasons, they say. The individuals who as of now face the best weight of well-being differences have been excessively influenced by COVID-19, Wen notes. It's not the infection that is doing the separating, it's our frameworks. The CDC's National Center for Health Statistics and figures aggregated by the Autonomous COVID Tracking Project clarify that the pandemic has hit Americans more than 65 harder than more youthful individuals and desolated Black, Hispanic, and Native American people group. For example, seniors, matured 65 and more than, represent about 16.5% of all Americans. In any case, 81.1% of Americans who have kicked the bucket from COVID-19 were 65 or over. About 21% passed on in nursing homes or long-haul care offices. By correlation, 16.4% were 45 to 64, and 2.5% were under 45. Individuals of color represent 12.3% of the U.S. populace, as indicated by the U.S. Statistics Bureau. However, almost 18% of COVID passings. Hispanics make up 17.8% of the populace, yet 16% of COVID passings. Adalja discloses that admittance to quality medical care is a factor for lower-pay Americans and ethnic minorities. Yet, minorities are likewise bound to work in fundamental administrations that don't permit them to work from home, which can build their openness to others tainted with COVID-19. They could be working in clinics, they could be working in nursing homes, he notes, they could work in supermarkets, they could be transportation laborers, they could be food administration laborers. Therefore, Juanita Mora, MD, says ethnic minorities have been simply the unrecognized yet truly great individuals of the pandemic, placing themselves in danger in such fundamental jobs. They have set food on our tables this entire time and presented themselves to general society while being more in danger of infection to the infection and bringing it home, says Mora, an allergist and public representative on minority medical problems for the American Lung Association. Just 1 out of 6 Latinos and just 1 out of 5 African Americans had the option to telecommuting from home this entire pandemic. Minorities likewise live in multi-generational homes where disengagement, whenever contaminated, is difficult to do, and are additionally higher danger for COVID-19 disease on the grounds that their degree of destitution is regularly high also, which implies if they are terrified to go to work, they need to go on the grounds that they need the check. Furthermore, minorities face boundaries to inoculation for an assortment of reasons, Mora says. There is a ton of question in the immunizations in minority networks, she notes. Our numbers in immunization rollout have been low all through the country. I property part of this motivation to obstructions in admittance to the antibody, for example, mechanical and language hindrances. There is additionally little admittance to the immunization directly into the minority networks.